It literally already started, so jumps on you.
Welcome back to another episode of Ultra OK Duelist. I'm your host, James. This is my co-host, Damien, and today we are here with Wyatt. How's it going, Wyatt?
I'm doing great today. Glad to see you.
Of course, brother.
Thanks for showing up hella late.
For having me
no.
Hey, Metazzoo's a little addicting, I gotta say.
It sure is.
Yeah, so you
We used to
stopped by, you said Daryl's place?
No, we had stopped by Hero's Hideout.
Oh, Hideout to play Metazoo.
One of the only places that still carries any product, to be fair.
Well, to be fair, they probably...
It's a dead game.
They probably just have product.
Yeah.
That didn't sell, right?
Yeah, they literally just have all the old sets that are like pennies now.
Yeah.
And they have it retail.
Oh, they have it reduced now?
Well, they can't. Like, they still have to sell it up at retail.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
So, no reducing price yet.
No.
This ain't TCG player.
Oh, it would be
Which it
nice,
was.
though.
Well, anyway, before we get into this, guys, can't talk. Go down there and give us a like, share, and subscribe, and click the notification bells for when new videos are uploaded. Sorry, it's been a week since we uploaded one. I've been doing some other things over the last week, and I've been real tired. So
Yes, James just wanted to leave y'all dry.
yeah, left y'all hanging for a week. But hey, we're back. The set. How do you like the new set?
Oh, it's beautiful
Yeah,
over
it's coming
here.
along. Once we get rid of these two posters here, we'll have some more Yu-Gi-Oh stuff.
First thing I noticed when I came in, first thing I had to compliment.
Thank you.
First thing I noticed, first thing I had to compliment.
Oh yeah.
You got the whole setup in here.
So all right, we'll get right into it. How'd you get into Yu-Gi-Oh, Wyatt?
Started early days. I think everybody did. We pulled up to the playground. Somebody was playing in the corner. Ours was grew up in Germany, so there was a little skate park that we had to walk past.
You're a military brat?
Yeah, military brat all the way. Pops did 20 years, so
Oh, damn.
Air Force?
Army.
Army. Okay.
Army strong. So I'm an Army brat.
All right.
Gotta take what we can get, but no, we had passed by the skate park, me and my little brother one day. A couple of the older kids just playing like their Yu-Gi-Oh cards, whatever. We had pulled up right next to them. They noticed these two little rugrats. They were a little angry. They were like, "Oh, we don't want to take care of no kids today," but ended up being kind to us, helping us out, learn the basics. First deck XYZ before any support.
Oh.
Like the vanillas. Like we were running like Y-head Dragon Cannon. We were running X. What's
It was X-Head Cannon, Y Dragon Head, and Z Metal Tank.
Oh, the good days.
Yeah.
The good days.
I wish
can't be upset.
those were more incorporated into the ABC deck better, but they're not really.
They had to.
Yeah.
It's the same call that I think that they're going to do with the new structure decks for Blue Eyes.
Yeah.
They're going to have to make a vanilla retrain for it. And that acts like the vanilla because it's the only way that deck's going to ever be viable again.
Yeah, or something that just cheats it out without you having to meet any stupid requirements. There's a lot of dumb requirements in Blue Eyes in general. Like, oh, you have to have this in your graveyard. Why?
Well,
why can't it just have
most
the
of their
effect?
cards are free summons.
Yeah.
Almost all Dark Magician and Blue Eyes decks have a way to free summon out their vanilla. The issue is you're running a vanilla.
Yeah.
I think Sushit players know that the best. Magic Key players the second worst, and then every person that came from DM.
I left my phone. Sorry
about that, Wyatt.
No
James is
worries.
just a little
No, you're good.
unprofessional.
But
well,
no,
Damien's dumbass was keeping me from actually thinking, and he's like, "It's running, it's running, it's running."
James doesn't
Sorry,
have a
gotta
brain,
do all that.
guys. Note to self.
My bad. Go ahead.
no, but no. We started at the skate park. They hooked us up with our first decks. My brother picked up Heroes that day. Never turned back. Ran the 50 card Hero Extra deck
Oh, wow.
because we didn't know the rules. Nobody was gonna say anything. He had them all.
That's a lot of cards in the extra deck. Just,
He literally had. It was like probably the size of his deck at the time.
oh, God.
Just
Were there
full.
that many heroes, or was it just duplicates?
No. He had
multiple?
He had like the Electrum. He had the what are they?
I wonder how many
Mudball Man,
actual
the Thunder
Hero cards are
Colossus.
there of like extra deck monsters.
Yeah,
There's
how many
so-
extra
there's so
monsters
many.
do heroes and dark heroes or whatever?
I
there
would
are?
call that there's easily 50.
Oh, wow.
Easily 50.
It's wild.
And that's
That
just
sounds
because that's considering the new Link monsters. That's considering just anything that's released, even if it's god awful.
Yeah.
I don't think Hero Support's known for being good. But no, it went from that to a little local shop. We were a little more grown. Pulled up to the locals because the parents needed to ditch us somewhere. Free babysitting, right?
Yeah.
I mean, true.
Basically.
How many times have we been stuck keeping an eye on that one kid on the table all the way on the far right? I think we've done it. I think everybody's done it.
Yeah, probably. Well, you don't really you don't keep track of them, but
Like,
you know they're there,
yeah,
and you're
you-
aware that they're all by themselves, basically, and you're like, well,
Free babysitting.
Yeah, basically.
So nice restaurant across the road. Parents were like, "We'll just ditch the kids, give them entry for the day, give them their $5." All I remember, first day that I ever thought of like getting competitive, middle of ruler format. Some guy goes X5 with Evil Swarm at the time. One of like the rogue decks, like it did enough, but it didn't do enough.
yeah.
Walks up to me and my little brother goes, "Hey, have y'all paid your entry yet?" No, we're just playing today. Do you want a deck? $5. Here. Gave us the full Evil Swarm deck.
For $5.
Yeah, for $5. Never saw him at locals.
Evil Swarm
ever
has
again.
this one card. It's like, is it Infestation?
That man was like, I did my duty.
Is it Infestation?
It's Infestation. It's
It's the main card that stops you anyway. Ouroboros or no, there's one that stops you from special summoning. It's Ouroboros, right?
yeah, I think it's Ouroboros.
So that one you can't special
Yeah,
summon level
anything-
5 or higher or some shit like that.
and then
which
like
is
their
most of the
spell
game.
card was like protected from card
Yeah.
effects. Their trap card was like recycle stuff.
Yep.
Ugly.
It's
said,
an annoying deck if it gets like going. You never played against it, but
No.
yeah, I
There's
played
like a
in-
lot of decks I just don't
yeah.
even know.
When
And
did you
Dragon
start?
Rulers is just a bunch of level
2 years
7
ago?
dragons.
Hey, fair enough. Fair
Yeah,
enough.
he
I
did.
didn't even know anything about Yu-Gi-Oh. I never watched the anime or anything. So.
Yeah.
We got to take you through the trenches. We got to start exploring old
He's already
formats.
gone through the trenches. Now he gets cheated in locals over.
They tell me it's one card effect, and then next you know,
Yeah, he reads it and he's like, "Oh, this is not the card effect." And I'm like, he knows what he's doing.
yeah. Basically, I lost
Basically.
the top because of it, but it was
Oh no!
But it was his
I've
first
done
time
it.
playing that live twin deck.
Yeah.
But
Live
yeah.
Twin Sprite.
Or- yeah, the live twin.
Playing
Sprite.
Live Twin Sprite. Hey, man of my heart, right here.
It's so toxic.
Well, I remember when Sprite was Tier 0 OCG format. Everybody got hyped about it. They were like, "Oh, this is gonna be the next best thing." I played 4 months of pre-release on that.
Oh.
All the pre-release tourneys on EDO Pro, anything that I could get my hands on, Sprite.
I love Sprite.
As soon as Sprite and Tier Limit dropped, Tier Limit
Limit.
was hell.
Yeah.
I remember when I first saw Tier Limits, I was like, oh, I really like the archetype.
Yeah.
I just like how it looks.
Yeah.
I thought it was a really cool deck. And next thing you know, it just became meta. And I was like, luckily,
Beyond
I picked
meta.
up a lot of my cards.
That thing
so-
ruined an entire format, but
You mean a year?
yeah,
That was a solid year we had to deal with that.
It was not fun.
it was annoying. I mean, and I had the whole deck too. I just never like
And then we
after
go
like a
s-
couple months of playing mirror matches over and over. I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. It was like maybe a month and a half, 2 months of playing mirror matches against like 2 or 3 of the other guys in there, and I was just like, I don't want to play this
It
shit
was just
anymore.
it
And
was
then
a
lot
really
of people
boring
stopped
format,
playing
in
just
my
in general.
opinion. It was just like,
But-
if you weren't playing Tier Limits, you were either playing Sprite, because Sprite was really good,
if you
or
could
Exo
if you knew how to
Sisters,
control
because
your
Exo
resources.
Sisters was
Or Flu.
Oh
Everybody-
yeah, I
Ponderings,
forgot
yeah.
about
Everybody
Flu.
forgets Flu because they don't have Barrier Statue anymore, and Barrier Statue was the issue.
Yeah, that
I
was an annoying
hate that.
card.
I hate that deck.
I'm gonna just banish all your stuff and then just say no. Just no. Like you can't play no more.
So
No
y'all were
normal
at the,
summoning.
so y'all were at the local shop playing. You got the
Yeah.
Eagle Swarm deck, and what happened after that? You said you
All,
started playing
all the
competitive.
older kids, they were like, "Did he seriously just?
Give him-
Did he?" Because they're like chattering, they're like trying to find a way to get it from us now because we got it for $5. We don't care. Hey, that deck was probably like 200 at the time with all the
yeah.
staples.
Dang.
It was the full staples. It was the whole deck.
Yeah.
Never
Oh,
saw
wow.
the man at locals again.
Maybe he was just like, I need to quit. He's about to leave. Go
No.
somewhere else.
I think if you went X5 during
I think,
roller
he,
format,
I think he got broken. Yeah.
yeah, if you went X5 during roller format, you ain't recovering from that.
Because the Ouroboros
Oh,
should have
yeah, it
stopped.
was X5.
Okay, so the Ouroboros should have stopped any special summons over level 7s or higher. So if you went first, you really had a lot of advantage, and then you could side for game 2 to break the board. or
But
whatever,
games
but
2 and 3, they always
yeah.
take. They always
So-
take.
oh,
He
wow.
must have like really had the worst
Like this-
worst luck to go 0-5.
Or
But
he
I
was
mean,
seeing
I
too
think
many
he gave up on it,
Valors, or
maybe.
if he was
Yeah.
seeing just too many interaction. And he
What
just
year
couldn't
was
handle it.
this?
2015,
2013?
14, yeah,
13.
2013,
Oh, wow.
yeah,
2013, 2014.
yeah,
This is while we're going up.
yeah. Well, this is when I started playing in Hawaii. which is when I came in. It was Dragon Rulers, and then there was Chaos Dragons as well, which was using Dragon Rulers, and then there was the
Spellbooks.
that deck, yeah.
Evil Swarm and Spellbook.
And Windups.
The little blue
Windups
boys.
was another one that was annoying as well during that.
Windups was
time
the
period.
format right before or right
Yeah.
after, right?
Yeah, right before it. Yeah.
Okay.
So when I started coming in, that was the same like time frame. Yeah.
I look
Or
back
coming
at like
back into
Windup
it.
and stuff, and I'm like, can we just get Carrier back? And then I'm like, I never lived through it, so I was like,
I don't even remember.
now
I don't even remember what they did anymore. I just
Hunter
know
hand
it was
loop.
just a bunch of.
they hand looped you for 5.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, they hard hand looped you for 5.
I don't remember.
Those
I
are
would
the
have to
good
see a
days.
video of this.
Oh no! If you go back, you're just gonna you'll see the little flashbacks in the back of your head. You're gonna be like, oh yeah, that's what I had to go through.
So what happened after that?
No, we just we
y'all-
ended up
were you able
playing
to
more
play it?
consistently. They dragged us there like almost every week because parents needed the good restaurant. They needed their Italian food. They needed whatever was across the road. We didn't get to see. It was too expensive. But after that, I think me and my brother ended up just going more. We played more consistently. My brother ended up falling out of the game after a couple years. He still like holds on to his cards. Still has them in a rubber band.
Oh, that's
He literally, I went over to his place because
You need to send me a picture of that so I can see that,
that would kind of make me really
or
sad.
have him send you a picture. Send me one.
Well, you want to know the worst part? Everything was maxed.
Ooh,
Like max rarity.
Ulti, Flame Wingman, First Eds, Ulti, anything that could have an ulti, it had an ulti. Anything that could have a secret had a secret.
You ever offered him some sleeves?
Dude, I sleeved it up one day because this was toss format. Like I come back during toss because right before toss because I was playing Sky Striker Trickstar.
ew.
It was fun. It's okay. It was a nightmare
It's
deck.
alright, yeah.
I
It was
don't
not.
like
It
Sky
wasn't fun to
Strikers.
play against.
No. You get your hand ripped.
But no, at the time I'd gotten back and I was like, because I saw Isolde, I saw all these like all the stuff Hero was able to do at the time before they got even more of their broken support,
Which pretty solid deck.
scarring,
Scarring.
It's a Scary deck.
scarring.
Scarring.
I'm
like
sorry, my brother
Deep
like,
wounds.
for no good reason. That man's took way too many games off me. I would play with the most competitive deck, he'd still take a game off me, and I'd be pissed.
So what did you end up doing after you sleeved it?
I came back the next week. They were out of the sleeves.
Back
Oh,
to
wow.
back to
They
norm.
were out of the sleeves. They were out of the rubber band at least. They were in a Ziploc bag.
Oh,
Okay.
I mean,
And then, but even that same day, I had brought over one of the cheap like Pro Deck boxes, the $2 your covered boxes.
Yeah.
didn't even use them.
Appeared in the Ziploc bag again. I just gave up hope after a point. I was like, "There's no change in this man's mind.
No, he just wants the deck to look like it's.
He's just causing chaos."
He just wants
No, it
this
must
to be
he
like
must
his
Yeah,
childhood.
no, he must like just like the way it appears in the show. So if
I-
it appears that way in the show, then the cards must be.
Well, his
that way
logic
in real
is
life.
like he only played casually. So like at the peak of his casual play, that's how you played casually. Like playground. Like you would only play without sleeves, or like the one card that was sleeved in your deck was your one hollow. I think we all remember those days, that one kid shuffling his deck, there's the one sleeved card in the whole deck. And it ain't even a proper sleeve. It's the magic sleeve.
Oh,
No, they're always
I was like, I can't relate, I
It
don't
was always
know.
oversized sleeves that didn't make any sense on the
Well,
deck.
because remember for so many years, unless it was like those very specific drops Konami would give us of like the Japanese size sleeves, we just didn't have an option for it. We really didn't. Like, I think we had like the Japanese pro sleeves that would come and get imported every once in a while. And those were
Oh,
what
those were like
used.
those the really glossy kind, right? If I remember correctly.
But they were like,
or they just had like some weird
oh,
film
the
on the back.
the hero ones.
And
I
they would
think-
have like skulls or dragon prints or whatever. But
or
it
they were
was,
like pure
film.
clear and you weren't getting
Yeah.
anything else.
You had to see it. I mean,
I
sometimes
was
you'll
like,
see
I don't
them-
even know.
No.
I was
You'll
not
see
there
some
in that.
people's random bulk sleeved in those things still, and they'll just be in there, and I'll be like, "This is an old sleeve." I remember when I was a kid. And I throw it away
Yeah.
because it's not worth anything. It's
they're
just like some
trash sleeves.
yeah,
like,
it's just some
they didn't hold up.
janky sleeve. Yeah,
They
did
didn't
not
hold
know.
up.
You know how they fray at the end?
Oh yeah.
Like the Konami ones. Those ones also
literally
frayed
was
as
like
well.
because it was layered, but it was a clear sleeve.
Yeah.
Like 90% of the time, it was just a clear sleeve that was layered for some fucking reason. They were like, "Hey, we're gonna put like an image on the back of this, but not put an image on the back of this so it peels. We just gotta cover our bases." Well, and I got my hands on with the new main phase sleeves.
How do you
Those
like
things
those?
are nice. I
Are
like
they,
them. They're a little. I think the only issue I'm having, because they do their job too well. They keep the sleeves clean too well, so they don't do the like what most sleeves do. They get like that little layer of gunk. Like
Yeah.
we don't like it. We always replace those sleeves anyways, but they don't get that, so they don't start smoothing out as you go. They just stay as like a fresh pack of sleeves.
Oh.
So
How much
if-
are they?
Well, that must justify the price of them. So because they're a little bit more expensive than.
I think they're like $6.50 a pack or something.
Yeah.
They're not like super extreme on the high.
$6.50.
Did
That's
they
not
drop
bad
the
at
price?
all.
I thought they were more expensive.
Because Dragon Shield's more than that.
Oh no, wait, that was their
I know
oversleeve. My bad. Was that the oversleeve?
I think it's their over.
The ones with the designs on. Never mind. I'm
they
mixing
have
that up.
like their
Never
new
mind.
wave of their brand new like non-gunking.
What color did you get? Because I know they
Uh,
came in different colors now.
The roommate got blue,
Okay.
and we were just feeling them out from there. I need to go pick up a standard set for all the other card games I'm playing, and
they have
a
clear?
Japanese set. I don't 100% know.
Yeah.
To be fair, I was like looking at the colors kinda, but I was just mostly feeling out the sleeves.
Kind of want to know if they got clear.
I want white.
White.
I want some clear standards.
Clear standard.
Yeah, something to oversleeve with.
Yeah.
Is
So
James likes doubling his.
I
double
do, but I
sleeves.
don't. I
You don't
just
like
do because I
tripling?
don't like
You
buying
don't like
more.
quadrupling? You don't
We
like
might as well just put 7
sextupling?
sleeves on
Just
there.
double.
Let's-
Dude, there's this one video we watched the other day where this dude like
The Magic player.
yeah,
Yeah,
he gets all
he
these.
was
He's
the
like,
Magic
I want to
player.
do
He
Yu-Gi-Oh
did
next time. I'm like,
7
you're gonna
layers.
easily get 2 more sleeves on there with Yu-Gi-Oh for sure. Because you'll have all those layers, and then when you get to the Magic layer, that's like 2 or 3 more layers you can put just to get to a Magic layer.
But I think the issue that they're
Or
going to run
size.
into is when you go from Yu-Gi-Oh like standard sleeve over, you automatically have to go to like a Magic over sleeve.
There's like an in between. There's an in between. It's like that's why he was like looking for like this particular sizes.
I've
as he was,
noticed
like,
that there
finding
is
them.
an in between. You got to get lucky though, because if those packs are like cut anything off, you're not fitting them. You're not fitting them.
Or you're shoving it in there, but it's like
It'll, like,
at the
puff up
bottom
on
where
one
it
end.
gets. So the top it'll start good, but as you get to the bottom where the 2 edges meet, that's where it starts like folding in. Mm-hmm. And it can get
Yeah.
kind of challenging to get a card in there without fucking it up.
My number one issue with sleeves, forever and always, you can't buy 2 packs of sleeves and use them.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because they're always like the
This
pack
is-
is cut right. The other pack is not cut exactly the same as the first pack.
This is why I started double sleeving them, because I'm like, if I'm gonna be buying packs of sleeves over and over again, I don't want to be buying
The nice sleeves.
the regular main sleeve, because it only comes with 60 cards or whatever. Mm-hmm. But if I buy the oversized sleeves, I at least get 100, so I can utilize more of
Oh,
them
so you're-
with more cards and
so
not
you're
have
not
an
getting the
issue
actual
with my side and my main deck.
oversleeves?
Huh?
You're not getting the Dragon Shield actual overs. You're just getting.
I'm getting the Dragon
you're
Shield
getting-
ones.
Well,
But the
Dragon
Dragon
Shield-
Shield like standard size.
yeah, you're getting Dragon Shield for their commander decks.
Yeah.
because that's why they come in a 100 pack.
Yeah,
It's
so I
for
get that
Magic. Yeah.
and it just gives me more to use, so I
Mm-hmm.
can just keep reusing the sleeve that I put underneath, and
find
like
that-
I can leave all my cards sleeved, and all I'm doing is replacing the oversleeve and not having to take my card out of the sleeve and put it into another sleeve.
Oh, that pains so much.
Well, I mean, if I'm paying every time for $6 of sleeves packs, or just the base sleeve, the Japanese size,
This is why I buy the
Then-
$4 pack and I suck it up. I just
even
get a
if
new
I was
pack
buying
every
that.
week.
Yeah, but I mean, I stretch my sleeves out for a
long
very, very long time.
I do the Yu-Gi-Oh thing, the shuffle, the hand shuffle, the
Yeah.
hard hand shuffle.
Just wear them down like so fast.
Just destroys them.
I do the
So,
same. I've been
after
trying
you-
not to do that.
After y'all were getting more accustomed to the game, when did y'all move back here and start playing here, or were y'all still like traveling around having to
During
play out that?
toss format, we were already here.
Okay.
We had moved here 2014, 2015.
Okay.
About there, I had popped up into my freshman year. So first time like experiencing it. Met some cool people and did hoodlum stuff for years because I couldn't find the Yu-Gi-Oh community immediately.
Yeah.
You graduated in like 2019.
Graduated.
Oh,
Graduated.
But it was supposed to be
It
that
was
year,
supposed
right?
to be 2018.
2018. Okay,
Yeah.
I was like, you're kind of
So-
close to my age. It's kind of wild.
Yeah, I'm only 23.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
still
only
the
22.
babies. Yeah. We're still the babies of the group.
Oh, yes, sir.
You're fucking tall.
You are tall. I thought you were older. I'm
I'm only 6'4". It's fine.
That's-
I'm only
that's-
6'4".
that's as tall as my
Dude,
cousin.
I like stand next to him and I'm like looking up.
I stand
talking
next
to
to
him. I'm
y'all.
like, oh, yeah.
Whenever I end up standing next to y'all, I'm like, I realize how tall I am.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I slump over so much, because I'm like, I don't want to make them
Like, what'd you
feel
say?
bad by sitting up, but I also don't want to like
Don't
look
do
down
that.
on
Just
them.
stand
So
up.
I'll
Just
What did y'all say,
stand tall.
peasants?
Wait, I can't hear you down there.
Well, and what's hilarious about that, the only reason I say I'm only 6'4". I have a buddy who's 6'10".
No.
I have a
6'10"
friend
flat.
that's like 7 foot. His
Yeah.
name is Zeke.
My buddy who's
One
6'10"
tall
goes by
motherfucker.
Tree.
Oh.
His normal name is Trey, so he just goes by Tree, and it works out.
Or you can just call him Groot. Give him a new nickname.
It's been tempting. It's been tempting.
I would.
So after y'all moved back here and you played that format, what happened next? Or you said you dropped out of it, right?
I had like when we had first gotten here, I just wasn't accustomed. We had our box of cards or whatever, and like I think it was end of Pendulum era, because the first starter I had bought getting back into the game was the Performa Pal starter deck or whatever. Yeah, it was the Performa Pal because it was a Pendulum deck.
with the hippo tokens.
yeah, with the Hippo token,
Yeah.
the really bad one. Yeah,
Yeah.
the really bad one. But I literally picked that up a week before Master Rule 4, or no, Master Rule 3, when they had first brought out Links.
Or
Oh,
that
the
one
week
would be this one would be Master Rule 5.
No, it'd be Master Rule 4. Because we're only in 4.5 right now.
No, this is 5. I thought we were in Master Rule 5.
We're, in
Whatever.
4 we're technically in 4.5 right now because they didn't make a full Master Rule change. They only, for Master Rule 4.5 from 4, it just allows us to summon all our extra deck monsters wherever. That was the only difference because
And they
for
changed
Master
the
Rule
pendulum zones.
Well, for Master Rule, yeah, and they changed that. But for Master Rule 4, it was normal pendulum zones, and you could only summon extra deck monsters under link monsters.
If you
Or
if you
in the
disagree with that, go ahead and leave a comment down below. A concurring comment. A
concurring
a differing comment. Yeah, not concurring.
We'll get
But
into
I
it.
was under the impression we're in 5.
What?
I was under the impression we're in Master Rule 5.
No. Everybody just unofficially calls it Master Rule 5, but officially on the site, it's 4.5. That's the only reason I know that.
Oh, it's on the website?
Yeah, it's on the website. It's
That's such a
4.5.
stupid thing to do. Why would you call it 4.5?
Because they
Because
didn't
it's
do a
halfway
full change.
through.
They didn't fully change up everything like they did with pendulums. They didn't fully change up everything like they did with because Master Rule 4 introduced the EMZ. That's why they what was? Yeah, it was Master Rule 4 that changed the pin zones. 4.5 only changed where we could summon our monsters.
Oh, okay.
My head hurt.
Because it was 3 with pendulum
I'm
zones.
sorry. I saw you looking at me. I was like, I have to. It's like it feels like my head's getting smushed.
You got the
So-
Superman curls popping out. You're good.
Yeah, I know.
You
My
were
little
talking
curl.
about wanting to play. Well, then, did you ever get back? When did you?
Yeah.
You got back into
I got,
Yu-Gi-Oh around? You said around like 2
It
years
was
ago. Then.
yeah, 2018ish.
Okay, so more
TOS
than 2
format.
years, like about 5 years ago.
Literally TOS format because I had met up with some people
That's probably the first time I met you then, which
Yeah.
was then.
because I
Which
think
that
I
was a
popped
while.
up.
I was like, I've known you for
Because I
a
think
while,
I've-
but
I've-
we
I've
never
seen
really
everybody
interacted with each
around.
other. Yeah.
And because I used to hang out with a whole different group of people.
Yeah.
And that's who got me into playing and all that. And I just kind of fell off playing with them. And then one day I was like, I'm just gonna pop up at locals again. I'll just pop up for the day, and then just one friendship from there, and we just kept going from then. And I'm still one of the most inconsistent people that shows up.
I think you're pretty consistent on the day that you do show up, which is usually on is it a Saturday
Wednesday.
afternoon or a
Wednesday mornings, Saturday 3.
yeah.
Those are my only 2 that I. But I'm also not taking a break, but taking a break.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
sorry.
You
I'm
have
not
been
go-
playing. Okay, yeah. So this will get me into my next question.
Yeah.
Was you have been playing testing the waters? We were talking about earlier. You were talking about MetaZoo, and I know you went and swapped a shit ton of you pulled really good with
Actually,
Yu-Gi-Oh or something.
No, I
and
pulled really good with MetaZoo.
MetaZoo, and then you kept buying more MetaZoo.
Yeah, I spent. I was like, I'll spend $5 on a pack real quick. Well, and I ended up spending like 20 because I was like, I'll get the starter deck and I'll get that. My first starter deck, I pull like an $80 card out of it for MetaZoo, and I'm like, well,
I think I still have pretty expensive cards in my MetaZoo deck.
yeah.
Well, you bought a base water deck, right?
No, I have a water deck and then I have the alien deck.
Hey, you're playing Cosmics too.
Dude, I love Cosmics. Dude, that deck is so
I'm
cool.
playing
They got
the
into
top
it.
three
They got
list.
into it like
When it first came out.
last year when it first came
I
out.
think, yeah, 2020.
Like a year and a
was
half
when it
ago or
first
something like
fully
that.
dropped.
Almost 2 years ago. Almost
3 years ago.
Was it 3?
Yeah, 2020 was when they
We've been
officially
knowing
dropped.
them motherfuckers for a long time.
It was around the time that Hideout opened up that they started playing it.
Yeah, because they used to
with
do
the
them on
guys, yeah.
Wednesdays.
So and Hideout
I-
just had its first year.
I saw all the hype
anniversary,
around
right? Or
it.
is it?
I saw all the hype around it, and it was a turnoff. Everybody was calling it like the next sports card, like the next like
Oh,
investment.
I didn't see
game.
anything like that. I just saw deck, and then everybody was like, "It's a fun game. It's a
And then
very
all of our
fun
friend
casual
groups
No,
game."
started
I had
playing it.
seen like the fun casual. Like I got introduced to that part late because I'd come when like everybody was investing in it. They were trying to make money off of it. Everybody was picking up product. That was
All
when
the
the
cards
NFTs
were, like,
were
super
dropping.
expensive
Like
for some
NFTs
reason.
were dropping. Cards were expensive. It just for no reason. Like
Yeah.
because everybody thought there was going to be value there. And then 3 years later, we probably got a 5,000 person community max, and probably a 500 person competitive community. So that's insane.
Well, our friends like literally stopped playing it because they did something with the packs on the releases. There's one pack or something that comes with everything or something like that. I forgot what it was that
It was like
Juan was
you got all the
describing.
good cards from like
from one
set.
pack or something like
Oh, yeah.
that. And they're like, forget this, and they all stopped playing it.
because they like gambling.
Well, like I noticed around like I think it was UFO when that dropped, the UFO Seance era.
Oh, the new support for UFO.
Well, because they had changed certain like rules, they had changed a couple things around. They changed like how much of the product they were releasing, and that was a huge turnoff for people because they were trying to invest in it.
That must be
So if you
that
have
must be-
50,000 first ed boxes of something, like I think Cryptid Nation had 50,000 first ed boxes. Cryptid Nation 2, like second edition, had 100,000 boxes printed out. So, which is going to hold more value overall. The 50,000 that was released 2 years ago instead of the re-release set. But they consistently kept doing that. They would overprint sets. And when you have a 5,000 person community, yeah, you can put some nice incentives in there. So there's some really nice incentives in there, but they just ain't worth
It's
it.
just not enough.
It's just not like value. Like I would say like a standard box, $80. Like buy it from the store. I think they retailed at 120 when they first came out.
The boxes?
36 card boxes. So they're 36 pack, and you got your like promo pack on top. You can pick up the last like 4 sets other than the newest one for less than like $50 a box. $40 a box, $30 a box, 20 for Cryptid Nation second edition.
So in comparison to Yu-Gi-Oh, if you were to compare it to how Yu-Gi-Oh does their reprints, it'd be like, was the main set the first sets that came out, and then all like within a month or so did the next set come out?
No,
Or did the same set come out but re-released?
well,
in
they spread it out
unlimited?
pretty well. I think like they did that pretty well. They spread it out. They just released a little too much product with not enough like changes. It's pretty much like, what if we printed like Dark Magician in like one set, and then we give them like a magician's rod that does like nothing. Like you just
basically
give them
it's-
bad support.
Okay, so
Like,
it's just
they were only
no
getting
real
bad
good
support for new stuff, and all the old cards were the ones that were like decent. And also they do the magic thing. They have like their own reserve list where the first print of cards, like a Mothman from Cryptid Nation first ed or second ed, is going to stay that way, period. There'll be other Mothmans in the other sets, but they're going to have different effects, they'll have different mana costs, they'll have different little things.
Okay, so it'd be
So
just.
they're just like different cards, but the same name.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird.
and would that also
Would you be
count
able to
towards-
play the old Mothmans
you can
with
play-
the new ones?
Yeah, because they're two different cards.
But do they
Oh,
still count
okay.
as the same number of cards? So like,
That's
if you
kind of
can only
annoying.
have
You can
X
just bring
amount
out.
of
No,
one
they
copy.
act like their own copies
Oh,
of cards because
okay, that's
they're their own
weird.
things. Like I ran into it earlier with Wendigo. There's a new Wendigo out of the new native set, and then there's the old Wendigo. you could summon both because 2 different cards.
That sounds
So
annoying.
overall,
that does not seem
you would
fun at
you
all.
would suggest.
They don't do the same things though.
Would you suggest?
Oh,
that,
I know that,
Would
but
you suggest
still
MetaZoo
no
to
good.
anybody, other than just for casual play?
If you're looking for something to like kind of break everything up, like just find something else to just. It's so low cost, so low investment right now. Why not?
And you're talking
really?
about like more for. You said there was a tournament
I think there's a tournament
last year, or that's coming up. That's going to be.
50,000 was the
50,000.
last tournament for first place.
And this is all for actual money, right?
Yes.
This is basically like real shit gambling. Unlike Yu-Gi-Oh, where
But
you only
they
get
do their
prizes.
things a little weird. Like they do their towers. So if they say we're having Dark Tower come up, that your deck has to consist of at least 60% dark cards.
What? Dark?
For that entire tournament. Everybody's deck has to consist of at least 60% dark cards for Dark Tower. But if there's a Fire Tower, 60% fire cards. If they're but they have like their Master's Cup where you can play anything that you want.
You did mention that they do.
That's kinda cool, though.
Establish
You get to play
the
different
playing
decks
areas.
in
So remember
different
when
deck
you needed like field advantage, like home field advantage stuff.
Yeah.
When they would be like, oh, it's whatever this particular type of whatever field. You were telling me about them having like setups for like woodlands or whatever.
Yeah, like the fourth wall effects.
Yeah, that's it. The
Like
fourth
some
wall
of the
effect.
cards are like Jersey Devil is going to be an infamous one, especially for Dark Tower because it's a dark. But it literally says when this card is pretty much summoned, their version of summoning is contracting. Whenever it's contracted, you either do a blood curdling scream at your opponent or
Yeah.
you lose health. So you literally have to scream at your opponent.
So our
you
friend
don't lose health.
Raby loved doing the scream.
There's one card where
It'd be super
Yeah,
quiet.
Jersey Devil.
Yeah, it'd be super quiet.
he'll
in
scream.
the hero's hideout, and then all of a sudden you hear,
I was
just from the.
I have
was like,
multiple
what the
videos of it.
hell?
I will never forget the time where he was like, "I'm gonna do it full."
Like,
All
so
the seats were
loud.
taken. Everything.
Everyone just.
I just
turns
went
around.
back to the very back of the room. I started recording, and he screams, and I still have that video. And that video just makes me think of Raby. Shout out to Raby. I miss you.
Yeah, we miss you,
Love
Raby.
you, brother.
Well,
Too
we
bad
were,
you left without saying bye, you
For real.
son of a gun.
we were geeked out the other day, and I was like joking around. I was like, "Hey, you can't use that effect. You have to actually do it." And he was like, "Bet." And like just bellows. We're in the middle of a Digimon tournament, and I just see all the heads turn. And I'm like, "Why did I have to just stand here and take this?"
Honestly, I would have done the same thing and be
Yeah.
like, "Hey, you didn't use this effect right."
So
I'm
why
gonna
wait. So why have you been dabbling in other games? Do you have other games that you've been dabbling in?
I just picked up Lorcana today. I
Okay,
just
yeah,
picked
the
up the
new-
starter
the new,
for that. I
the
wanted
new
to
Disney
check
one.
that out because Disney. I don't think it's gonna last too long.
Did you play
but-
in the first tournament that they had at Hideout?
No, I didn't. I just picked this up today because they
Okay.
were like, "Hey, $16."
Is it
I
already
was like,
dropped
why
in
not?
price, or is that its actual
No,
retail
that's
price?
it's its retail.
That's pretty good.
Right now on TCG Player, the starters are like $30.
That's insane. I think
I know Eric
$16
bought
is a
some.
bit
He
much.
bought like a couple.
I would say that you should probably buy them and just keep them sealed. Just
Yeah.
not even bother opening them.
I
'Cause,
like playing
most card games are
He's like, "I like
in and
cardboard."
out and like right away. But
I
yeah,
probably played like, to be fair, like in my years, I probably any like trading card. Like I used to play the what is it? The Whiz Kid like
Wizard 101.
No, it was
damn.
Neopets. Neopets. There was a Neopets card game. That was like that was the first like alternative card game I started playing.
Mine was Wizard 101.
Hey,
That's
fair.
not a card game.
It is though. It's
Is
with
it?
spells and everything. There's cards.
It's
you
a
gotta
literally
game?
build a deck. It's
yeah,
a digital
you
card
build a
game.
deck and you make it consistent.
It's
my
it's
God.
the original Hearthstone. It's
Yeah,
a digital
it
card
is.
game.
I love
Hearthstone,
that game
and
so
that
much.
fell off the cliff. I haven't
Actually,
heard.
no,
I haven't
Hearthstone's
heard,
still
I
pretty
haven't heard about it
competitive.
in a long time. Which means
used to
Hearthstone's
play
new
it.
sets are crazy. I still keep up at least a little
do
with
they
that.
not have
It's
physical
fun.
cards yet?
No, that's why we have Shadowverse.
Yeah.
Shadowverse is just anime Hearthstone.
Okay.
Like that's the easiest way to put it.
Is that the newest one that they just started marketing not too long ago?
The Shadowverse Evolve? Yeah, it's coming out of Japan. There's supposed to be some big tournaments popping up. I'm not seeing a big scene around it.
I don't see many big. Okay, there's like always like a huge increase in hype, like Y Shorts when that was a thing, and then what was the other one? Force of Will, and all these random games usually float up, and I asked somebody, I forgot who I was talking to the other day at Heroes and Fantasies, but we were talking, and I was like, why don't y'all play these other games? And I had already mentioned this to you the other day. They said the second they put a hand trap in there, everyone just leaves from playing, and they don't want to play the game or whatever. They put something like
weird.
that in there.
What's crazy about that is I haven't noticed that
boggles
as
my
much. I've actually learned a lot of like these new card games. The reason they're so hard to like, I was noticing it with MetaZoo at first. They're too slow. Like they feel too slow, and especially coming from Yu-Gi-Oh players, we're just so used to doing everything fast
And playing on 2 players' turns instead of
Well,
just
and like,
one.
well, like
So
Magic
your
the
turn is my
Gathering.
turn, brother.
Yeah, it's our turn, brother.
We're playing with mana now. Like
Yeah.
Magic the Gathering, MetaZoo, like they're playing with mana.
So it was like One Piece, right?
Pokemon, One Piece,
They all have,
Digimon.
they're all on the same kind of like platform, playing
Everything
platform,
kinda
so
needs
everything
its-
translates. But
Yeah.
the gameplay, like
Every
this
game has like their own idea
Yeah.
behind it. I know everybody's trying to get me to play Digimon next.
Oh God, play the purple deck.
and that was another game
I
that
saw like a little Cactamon or King Cactamon or something,
With
and
the
I
red
want to play
cactus?
him. Yeah, I just saw him and I was like, "That's my boy."
I think it's
I wanna-
between. I remember the one time I actually played Digimon. It was this red deck that just attacks. And
oh,
pretty
you had
much-
the spamming one that he
Yeah,
let you
it's
play
really
it, right?
annoying, I
It was
heard.
just like a
It,
spamming.
it was
well,
meta
it
at
was
the time,
annoying then at the time, but yeah,
but
he-
not anymore.
But yeah, I just try
Yeah,
to
we
pick
just
up
spam
everything because I just need like variety. Because
Yeah.
I've noticed the more you play, the more things you can actually carry over into other card games and stuff like that. Like, especially like meta. Like I played a lot of Magic before that, so like I don't know any of the meta terms. I'll go draw 2. You mean bookmark 2? No, I mean
You're
draw
like,
2.
I'm taking I'm getting 2
Yeah.
cards from my deck. Right
Or
now.
like
Yeah, do you ever-
awaken
do you ever
instead of
say that?
untap.
Do you ever say like, "Hey, I'm gonna bookmark 2 cards"?
That's
In
what
Yu-Gi-Oh?
they all say.
No,
No,
do it
no.
in Yu-Gi-Oh.
No, I haven't.
You
Because
should.
I still say like
Just do it.
I'm used to I'm used to Yu-Gi-Oh and Magic terms. So
Oh, okay.
like when they're like awaken or rest, like their version of tap and untap, I'll
Yeah.
just go untap because that's what I'm used to doing.
But they all get triggered. Like the hardcore players get triggered over it.
Well, I learned like there's one guy that we started playing with. His first TCG was MetaZoo.
Oh.
I'm not used to that. I'm used to people starting with one of the top 3.
Yeah, basically
Magic,
Magic,
Pokemon,
Pokemon, or
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yu-Gi-Oh. Of all the games though that you enjoy,
I don't know much
that
about
you played, which one's your
Pokemon.
favorite of all the games that you have been
Out of
dabbling
every
in?
card game, like, are we talking like past or present?
Yeah,
Or
just everything you've played
chaotic.
overall.
chaotic? And
Never
out of
even-
10.
I've
is
never
that?
even heard of that.
Oh, chaotic was during the 4Kids era. They a guy, I forget where he's from, part of Northern Europe. He started a game called Gnolls and Trolls. 4Kids bought the rights to Gnolls and Trolls to make an animated series around it. They started the guy owned the card rights. 4Kids owned the animation rights. That's it.
Okay.
At the time, like the animation it's pretty shit. Like like you can watch through it. It's a good watch, but it doesn't hold up at all. Like it was done in Flash. Like the first season's in Flash, and then the first and second season are in Flash. The third season's in an anime style for some reason.
Oh.
They like completely changed it up. It's weird. But no, Chaotic was the 4th most played TCG at the time. Like right under Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Pokemon. It was the 4th rated. The issue was, 4Kids got a little greedy. They licked their lips a
wanted
little
more
too
money.
hard.
I'm gonna have to look this one up because
Well, they wanted to get
never even heard of this one.
They ended up suing the card owner, the guy that owned the card game, for the rights to the card game. So they
Oh.
owned both the animation rights and the card game rights.
Oh,
How they get away with that when the guy when
Well,
it was
they
completely
sued.
separate?
They
just
just
sued.
sued and they tried. The issue was he won in court after like 7 years. Issue being, they couldn't sell product during those 7 years that they were in the court battle.
Oh, so
So
they got
game
bankrupt.
if
They
you
just
can't
killed the
release
game.
product, if you can't like let anybody play, it's dead.
Yeah,
Apparently there's supposed to be a revival. There was supposed to be one pre-COVID. COVID hit.
yeah.
And
I'm
now
sure
they're not
that
even
that
there
So
again. They're
well,
probably
he
dead.
has the
they
rights.
probably just reinvested in things that were actually already making money. You know, like it's be like Yu-Gi-Oh
right
trying
now,
to make
he
some kind
has
of
a-
other game and then having to draw back from that.
Well, there's like apparently a stockpile of the last set that was unreleased for Chaotic. That if they just release, like that's just easy money. Like, you already have it printed. It's in a warehouse somewhere. Just pack it up, go.
And how does that game play? Is that gameplay more similar to like Yu-Gi-Oh, or is it all like the Magic Pokemon and all that?
It
with
really
that
isn't
and all
like
that?
any.
It's
Like,
just
that's the
completely
one
different
thing.
type.
Yeah, it's the one game that I've noticed that plays nothing like any other TCG. That's why I enjoy it so much, because
So
it doesn't play.
explain how a start to finish of your hand would go, just for the
Well,
sake
you
of
don't
saying.
really you don't really play with hands. It's weird. You start out with a board, three in the front, 2 in the middle, 1 in the back. Like, that's your monsters. You put in equipment under each of them. Those are face down until you attack.
So those are unknown. Okay.
But your opponent and you, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. You play like it's a board game. You attack one person at a time. You draw from your attack deck. You draw like 4 cards, and then you just keep cycling through them. You go back and forth until one of them are dead, and then you can move your monster forward and attack the 2 that it's touching. So it plays like a board game more than like a trading card game. But the one thing I gave Chaotic was, like we ran into with MetaZoo.
Does it open up with more slots where the 3 you're at on the top? Are there technically more slots over?
If you destroy theirs, you can move into that slot.
Okay.
And then you can start touching theirs that is in the middle row.
The
And you can
equiptions.
keep moving back. So you just keep like pushing and pushing.
Okay.
So it's
But
just,
there's only 6 rows from front to back, 3 and 3, and
Yep.
you can move one. Okay.
and you just keep playing. You go back and forth. You have your casters.
This one
in your
actually
back,
sounds very
you have your
interesting.
attackers in the
I
front.
think I would
Honestly,
actually try it.
I would try it too.
Because
Sounds
the other
pretty
ones, the thing that turns me off with the other ones is the fucking tapping of cards.
Yeah.
I literally, I
This one just seems like a pretty.
I don't have
strategic
mana. And
battle.
then I have to reshuffle my deck and draw one card less. I'm like, just you lost. Like if you lost, you lost. Whatever, you take it. But you shouldn't be losing because you didn't draw enough mana, or reducing
and it
your
was-
ability to play because you drew one. You didn't draw any mana. You know?
Well, literally,
I mean,
you're
if you
just
draw no mana, that's why you got to reshuffle your
That's what I'm
deck.
saying. But I think that's a dumb concept in general, and they do it to almost every fucking card game, unless you have a card that draws out more mana. But then you need mana to even play
like
the
the
card.
Moxes
Yeah.
or MetaZoo's Moxes or like
Whatever
everything
they,
has
whatever
like
they
their
are
own,
considered
yeah,
mana
they have
tap.
their
The cards that you
manas.
tap or whatever up over to your side, the sideways or whatever. That just I hate it, and
Yeah.
I could never get into any of these other games because of that. simply
Well, you
because
can
of
thank
that.
Chaotic for one big thing:
What?
digital TCGs.
What's that?
They were the first digital TCG.
So like
They were the first
digital
one with
game?
an auto simulator
Oh, okay.
that you could go online and it was done by the company. It wasn't no fan made one. Like there's a fan made one now because company shut down. So we don't get the old simulator.
So it
back.
does have a simulator, and where is that simulator located in
it's-
case anyone wants to actually try it?
Chaotic Recoded. If you do it, I would join the Chaotic Discord, just because it's such a low pop game. You just have to find somebody to play with.
Okay.
You can't just matchmake and find somebody unless you want to sit there for 4
So you
days.
said chaotic
If you want to
Recoded?
sit there
Yes.
for 4 days,
So
then do it.
chaotic recoded. If you ever want to try that chaotic game,
Check it
maybe
out.
it'll have a revitalization.
Well-
Who knows?
Apparently, there's supposed to be one at the end of the year, early next year. The guy has the rights, and he's already done. A
So he's
couple
just looking for funding,
conventions.
probably, or whatever.
Apparently, he's just trying to find the time.
Yeah.
Because he literally has product already. Like he just needs to re-release the set that didn't get released.
Well, that'd be interesting.
easy money.
To be honest, I would try it
Yeah.
because I don't typically ever. I mean,
Try
I
new
don't.
games?
Yeah, I hate trying new games.
He does.
But
Well,
it's because they all have
And one thing
that
that's
one thing I
really
hate.
neat about it is because there's like 4 stats. Like each of them has like courage, courage, wisdom, strength, and intelligence or speed. I forget. They I just need to look at the cards. To be fair, too many TCGs. They mixed it in my head at this point.
Well, you did when you did want to come on. You did say that I'm gonna probably bring up a bunch of other card games, and I was like, I'm totally fine with that because I don't want it to be like, okay, I know you that your main start is through like Yu-Gi-Oh or whatever. Like whenever like, you met me, I didn't meet you through any other card games, so. That being the case, but whatever. But we don't really ever bring up other like card games ever.
That is
Like
true.
nothing ever really gets brought up like that.
Honestly, I think it's just good to bring them up sometimes because even Yu-Gi-Oh wise, we're in a pretty stale format, man. Like,
Well, I don't
we've
know.
This
been-
format's pretty
It is
diverse.
weird.
You can play
Like,
basically
he-
anything.
we
Kill
get on our
Cash
group-
Tira and I'll play.
Well,
Kashtira
I'm
is not
playing
that.
Tier Lament
like-
and I cry.
Tier limit's not even that hard anymore.
and the thing is,
Well, the
like
thing-
we see these.
The issue is everybody has a side for Tier Lament now.
Yeah.
Everybody can get rid of like the Bish deals are sided right now.
Oh, I played.
A Rise Heart's a main. Rise Heart's a main in Cash
Still have to draw them though.
Yeah,
and
even
you
with-
probably don't have as many. There's probably not as many actually cited.
It's
than you
not as
actually
clean
think,
anymore.
yeah.
It's a fun, like, it's definitely just dropped to a fun deck. I think I'm
I
gonna wait
still
till
think it's
ban.
competitive.
I don't know.
No,
Brandon's
does
pretty
well.
competitive.
I'll
with that.
say it still does.
I think it's
really
like
well.
B tier.
Yeah, I'd say it's like C or like C or on the cusp of Rogue.
I don't know, because I've been seeing it top at a lot of like regional.
I think you really have to know what you're doing.
ICSs
I think you
and
really
stuff.
have to know what you're doing.
Even
I think you have to
taking-
know what your opponent's doing in order
And
to
you have
actually
to
have
get
a good outcome.
matchups.
Yeah.
Because I don't know why, but my matchups always consist of D-Link player with Bishsteel package, Kashtira player with a Rise Heart, Striker player with D-Fissure,
Oh,
Flu player with Flu player.
flu just be flu. I hate that deck. Burn.
Weren't you playing that deck?
No.
No, okay.
Absolutely not.
Never
no,
played
think
it.
me
I
and-
never played with the birds.
No, we were on
I only
agreement that
played
we
it on
hate that
Master
deck.
Duel, so I can't say I only played it on Master Duel, and like that was my limit on it.
So we're in our group chat. We have our group chat with our main core friends that
Mm-hmm.
we normally talk. We've been hanging out with for years now.
Yeah.
They every week something weird has topped. What was the last one that topped?
It was
somewhere?
like a plunder.
A plunder patrol, but it was basically
Plunder's
plunder
really good, though.
plunder adventure with
That one I
Fenrir's
consider
included in
rogue
it.
though. That deck.
So the Fenrir's
Plunder's
are
hard
probably,
rogue.
yeah.
like hard rogue. And I
But
was
it
like,
topped
oh,
at
wow.
topped at some event. So I feel like there's like
Well,
the
and, like,
format's kind of open to play whatever you
we
want.
have like
but
an open format. There's just so many hard counters to certain decks.
Yeah.
Like other decks are having an easier time than some decks. I know Brandon's struggling a little bit just because everybody
deck's-
knows what to hit on Brandon now. We've been dealing with it for 2 years at this point, pretty much.
I hope that deck dies.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that. I'm
Because
kind of
I like don't mind it, but that deck is kind of annoying sometimes.
it's annoying.
sometimes
and
if
does
that
the
thing gets
same-
going, it gets going. I
Well, it's been
absolutely- I
doing
don't
the
like it
same
either.
thing for 2 years. I don't think
Yeah.
it's changed.
No,
it
Brandon
hasn't.
fusion. It just has more fusions.
Well, the
which,
thing
and
that's
synchros
changed is
now,
what you bring
synchros are
out.
stupid.
Yeah, the thing that
They're
changed-
broken.
Yeah.
Well, I think like the
we have now
synchron-
we've been convinced that synchros are pretty much the most
Oh,
broken cards.
we're in a synchro format right
No,
now.
I'm just we were just talking to Roy.
About it. And
Yeah,
synchros
like
are just
3
the
weeks
best
ago.
type
He
of
was just like,
cards in
synchro
the
are
game.
the best type of
They're so
card made.
generic.
Yeah.
Well, they're so generic.
Yeah,
You're already
basically.
running hand traps. They're tuners like 90% of the time.
Yep.
Even if you're not running them like main deck, like Kashtira. They
Look,
play
just
the-
special Ash, normal summon.
Aaron.
Baron.
Literally.
That's literally that's why they play 3 Ash. 3 Baron with any of their cards. Now you just have to run it. Like,
yeah, that is true.
And then if you draw the ash and you know what you're playing
There's
against
even
already,
tier limits
you
for
have a
bit.
good out.
If the tier limit list is running what is it, the little Destrudo?
Mhm.
They'll run like FA Dawn Dragster, or they'll run something that they can combo with that.
Yeah.
But it's crazy that tier don't lock you as much as it should.
No.
We really don't.
No, it doesn't lock you into anything. Or other than
That
you
is
can't
true.
use some of the monsters as fusion, or you can't use
But I can look it
Kaleido
up.
as a fusion material, I guess. But unless it's in the graveyard. Oh wait, can you even use it from the grave? No, you cannot. Right? No.
Kaleido Heart?
Yeah. Is it only while it's face up on the field, or can you use it from the grave? You can't use it
Kaleido
at all.
Heart's sent by card effect to the grave. It sends, it foolishes one. And
No. Are you able to fuse with
No,
Kaleido
you're
in the
not.
grave? No, you're not. Right?
He,
Yeah.
he cannot.
it's
It's
like
just
it's like
absolute-
what's his
big
name?
chat.
Yeah. It's just
Rusty
it's-
Bardiche.
Yeah, you can't.
You
link
cannot
it.
link with him at all.
Mm-hmm.
Which when I thought, I'll never forget when I first played that deck, I would purposely negate him and then link.
Try to link with him. Yeah.
And somebody goes,
You can't do that.
"You can't do that."
No, I think one day I tried to like Underworld Goddess one off,
Oh,
and like they were like, no,
That is.
just no.
Yeah, people have tried to link off with that so many times, and I'm like, yeah, you can't do
Yeah,
that.
have you
They're like,
ever-
my entire play relied on me linking with this card.
Have you ever made an Underworld Goddess with an IP?
Or they
And
take
just,
it
Well, and they cry.
with an IP,
Yeah.
so it can be destroyed. But you
It
have
can
to
only be targeted
Yeah.
and destroyed to be like
Yeah.
removed.
oh, nice.
So
or it can only be targeted, but it can't be targeted and destroyed. It has to be targeted and banished, or targeted and
yeah, it
I
needs to
have
be targeted.
no
some other
idea.
ways. It's
It
targeted and
needs to
sent.
get targeted and banished to get rid
So
of it.
target, send, target, banish, but you can't target, destroy, which is fucking stupid.
And the target destroy is what you're going to be seeing way more than non-target, like, and a banish that targets.
So what are
The
you
only
playing right
banish-
now in Yugi?
For Yugi, I think it's in the fusion pile. Illusion plus tier limit bullshit.
Go
So I
Bird.
didn't-
It's just it's not good.
No,
It's not
fun.
good. But it goes better, though.
I tried out my fusion pile with the illusion fusion stuff this last week. It was bad.
Yeah,
I
he
know
did
the brand.
awful.
I know
Both the
branded
tournaments
illusions
I
really
played in.
good, but like
I was getting amazing hands
I
the
ain't
week
gonna lie.
before
I just
that.
think that new Chimera stuff's a bit overhyped. It's good.
It is.
It's good.
If you get
But
the
it's not
double
bad.
hand,
But it
if you
doesn't
get
do
a 2-hand rip, it's good.
Yeah, but
If you're able to get
it
two
ain't good
hands.
enough.
No.
Not
But
yet.
if you catch them on the Ash Blossom, that's 1 card hand trap. Then you get Imperm, that's 2 hand traps. Then I get a fusion off, and now I'm ripping a card at the end phase. Now you're down to 4 cards to start your
and
turn.
then like,
Or sorry, 3 cards to
the
start
one
your
thing I
turn.
can give it is it's super free.
Yeah.
Like you can literally just like I think it's like 1 clause, 1 Baphomet, and you can just run 3 and 3 of the others or 2 and 2 of the others, and that's a fine engine.
Oh.
Because you can just run that because they don't lock you. Like
No.
they
well, the
lock.
Bafflement does.
Well,
into
yeah, you can
fusions,
lock-
but the not the
But-
Gazelle.
Quick effect. they gave it quick effect poly. Like
Quick effect, Polly.
if they give you quick effect poly, like you're good.
What was that? What's the quick effect poly?
Chimera fusion.
Oh, okay.
It's literally just quick effect poly.
Oh, just yeah, quick.
as
spell.
long as you have
Quick
like a
spell.
beast or
quick play.
or fiend.
A fiend or a
used.
beast in your hand, yeah, or on the field,
Yeah,
whichever.
and
It
as
has
long
to
as
just
it's
be
being
included,
used.
yeah.
It just has to be used. It gotta be used.
My online gameplay with that pile deck is amazing. Like
Oh,
I'm
same,
be
same.
clapping
And then,
people
like,
up like
you
crazy.
get
to real
but then
life-
I
I
get
think
to
it's just
real
how y'all
live-
shuffle.
Yeah, in live time play, I'm just like, man, what the hell? Like it's like I guess it's not translating very well. But
Y'all just can't draw
the
good.
online does give you a better.
Sounds like
it
a
gives
skill
you-
issue.
That's why I'm getting ready to. If the mail would ever work out and I don't have to keep reordering it, I want to play Cursed Bamboo Striker.
Cursed Bamboo Striker.
That
What,
sounds
Bamboo
weird.
Striker?
That
What-
sounds really
Striker. Sky Striker.
Sky Striker Bamboo
weird.
Swords.
Ew! Let that deck die. Let it die.
Ray my waifu.
He doesn't like the Sky Striker.
I hate Sky.
I
Absolutely
played
hate
it during
Sky
TOS format. I love Striker.
Like I remember when they
Striker is
used
one
to
of my-
just play Mystic Mine, and oh
Cost?
my god.
And you mentioned it earlier. I forgot to ask you what is cost. Just refresh me. Cost format.
TOS.
Toss. That's
Toss.
it. Toss.
Thunder Dragon, Orcus, Sky Striker, Salamangreat.
Okay. See, I've
Ew.
never heard it called that before, but I'm.
It's just TOS form. It's just what it's known as. Like,
Oh,
for the
this was right
community.
before. Like this was during COVID.
no, this is right before.
Right before COVID. Okay.
Because this was when Thunder Dragons was still.
Okay,
like,
so
viable.
Salamangreat hadn't gotten like massively hit yet, which happened like just before I started.
Well,
playing.
even like Salamangreat wasn't that good. But anyways, like I'll give him that. Like it was a good deck.
Salad was kind of annoying though.
The issue with Solid, it's too fair. It's just way too fair of a deck. It doesn't do anything like BSE. It doesn't do anything like that puts it in crazy on your advantage. It's very much you have to know where to hit stuff. You have to know what to pop. You have to know what you're doing. If you don't, it's just too fair of a deck. You're not going to get enough advantage out of it.
Eh.
Because Sky Strikers,
I hate that deck.
Sky Strikers,
I hate
the
it. Burn it.
non-safe version of Salamangreat.
Literally, they got new support too.
The unsafe version of
The
Salamander.
linkage, when linkage drops, is insane.
Is I would say it's a pretty good card.
Linkage is
Linkage.
insane.
It tributes any card too, so you can use a spell card or whatever the fuck you want.
He's like, oh,
Yeah, you just use whatever you want. And imagine if you had the
kind of sounds like Flow.
Well,
imagine if you had the
I hate
field
Flow
spell
too.
where-
That deck sucks too.
I mean, like, you know that field spell that says if you're going to tribute a card, you can tribute your opponent's.
yeah, no.
Can
One
you
of my
imagine?
buddies, the guy who's
Layer of
got me to
Darkness or
play,
whatever?
he has a LOD list or Striker
Or Sky Striker with the lead.
because you can run enemy controller.
Yeah, and then it tributes
I
your
love-
Tributes them,
Oh,
steals one of theirs.
card.
Enemy Controller is one of my favorite cards right
So
now.
with
But
this,
Econ
okay, with this
under
card,
deep-
Layer of Darkness, it allows you to. It turns all monsters on the
once.
field black.
Once
but
per
once
turn?
per turn, you contribute your opponent's card
For the cost
for
of
the
your
cost of
cards.
your card. So if it's a Baron, and Layer of Darkness is resolved
Like,
on the
let's say
board
you
or
have a
whatever.
Baron Borreload.
Yeah.
I can just straight up go enemy controller, tribute your Baron, attempt to take control of your Borreload.
or vice versa,
Yeah.
whichever one.
Whatever's more advantageous.
I would probably take the Baron. I would take the Baron because it's probably got to use its negate or whatever.
yeah,
Do you have
The
any
Baron pop itself.
anything else you want to bring up
Baron?
like randomly?
Yeah.
yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Baron could pop any card on the
It
field.
could. It could attempt to negate the card.
So,
is
so,
what I'm saying.
you
wanna
just
get rid
steal
of
the Baron
Yeah.
and you pop itself. They don't get it back.
Oh no, you.
I'm just joking.
I mean, you could take the Baron.
It's like the bad. It's like the bad
the Baron
version.
will literally negate the card, the enemy controller.
No,
before you
no.
even
I
finish.
mean, like,
Oh no way.
if it resolves. Like, if you've already fished out that first negate.
What?
Nothing.
Anyway.
A boop.
I just.
So,
had
do you have
booped
any last things you want to cover?
Nothing like too crazy. I think like the big transfer from what we got to keep an eye out towards the end of the year. The whole market's about to like crash.
You think card game
Stable.
market's gonna crash?
Well,
Oh
no.
yeah, you wanted to talk about card
Yu-Gi-Oh
market. Yeah, you wanted to talk
the
about
Yu-Gi-Oh
card
market's
market.
gonna crash hard.
I want that reprint
At least
already.
the staples. Every staple, that rarity collection's about to F a lot of things up.
I'm so happy.
That would be the
the one
25th
with like
anniversary rarity collection.
prosperities, triple T's, ashes.
5 cards per pack, 2 supers, 2 ultras, 1 secret. 1 in 4 packs is a QCR or a platinum rare. 1 in 6 packs is the Japanese collector's rare, so it's like a collector's rare ulti, or a collector or a Japanese secret alternative. Or
So
something like that.
I don't think it's gonna kill the card market. I think it's just gonna add more.
If I can
value
have
to
a
bullshit.
super Baron get pulled, if I can get every card in super, none of those are gonna hold value.
Well, I'm not saying they're not gonna
No,
hold
no.
value, but I mean they're only doing this because it's the 25th anniversary of the show, and they're
I
just
think,
gonna
like-
throw a flush out. I mean,
Yeah.
you've seen it in every single pack. They've just been throwing stupid shit in there, and like, okay, now once we get to next year, are there gonna be any more 25th anniversary collection
Well,
cards?
You want to know what you got to pick up on you do need to pick up.
I think the thing that you should be
rarity
doing is,
collection
yeah.
sealed.
Yeah.
You got to keep it. You got to get. If you
Definitely.
pick up multiple boxes, get one sealed because that thing's gonna spike.
I was trying to buy a case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that thing's gonna double, triple in the next couple of years. Because think about it, all those staples are finally getting high rarities. We're finally getting Alti Ash.
And people
We're finally
buy-
getting
Oh,
QCR.
Ulti Ash is in
Yeah.
there?
Alti CR Ash. So it's like that really
So-
nice.
That means I can actually upgrade my Ash again.
Or you can do quarter century Ash.
Yeah.
It's up to you.
I was like, I have a pretty cool Ash. My Ash
So
is secret.
what you're essentially gonna be paying for. So this is like one of those old first ed LOB packs, right? And that one pack is like $170 or $150 just for the one pack, just for the off chance that you might actually pack a first ed Blue Eyes, which is probably like a LOB Blue Eyes, which is probably like up in the like $600 or $700 or whatever for the one
Yeah.
card. So you're taking a huge risk on that one pack. Now imagine this quarter
how we-
century pack. Which can have almost anything in it, and possibly quarter
Especially the
century.
prosperity too.
And you're 25 years,
prosperity.
and you're 25 years from now, when they're about to hit the 50-year anniversary.
Even though I never had to pay for
If
my
the game
prosperity.
even lasts, if we're even around,
Prosperities and Baron are like the two spheres is gonna. It's
Oh, and
79
triple T's.
triple T.
every card you can think of is in.
Dude,
in the
I am on
79 staples because it was an 80 card set in the OCG. No maxi.
yeah, no maxi.
No maxi for us. That's why it's a 79 card set in the TCG.
They should bring back Maxi.
We need to watch out for that. And for
No.
new players, if you know anybody that's been playing like Master Duel or anything or of the sorts, the 2-player starter set's about to drop. That we've needed that for years.
I don't even know what that is.
2-player starter set. I think it's going to be Vanadium plus another deck. But because I know Zeus is a reprint in
So
there.
you're saying that instead of individual structure deck, it's going to be a 2-deck combo pack for just a basic player that's starting in the game, but needs to
Or
have
two people.
an integrated, like a bigger boost than just a structure or starter deck.
More for like if you're trying to get like whenever you're a kid with your brother like or sister or whatever and you're going through the store,
Yeah.
your parents not going to buy like one pack for
Okay,
both of you
yeah.
to share. They're not going to buy one starter for both of you to share, or either you guys are going to tear.
You
I
have
would
to-
give my
you have to
kids a
get to-
$2 bill and ask them, tell them to
That's
split
why they're
between them.
releasing that $2. That's why they're releasing the 2-player starter deck because we
So
had
is the Kaiba and Yugi one going to be, or the Blue Eyes and the Dark
Those are
Magician
gonna
one
be
going to be
structures.
separate?
Those are
Okay.
going to be
So
structured.
I was like,
yeah,
it
those
was
are.
gonna be
I
those.
don't think those are dropping. Like people think that they're going to try and shove it in at the end of the year to meet like the deadline, but they just dropped in the OCG. So I think we're going to get them early next year.
So
if
like
not,
3 months
like,
from now, maybe like January.
January, February, like, which sucks because I kind of like. I
gonna be
think we
okay.
all wanted it.
Yeah, it
at
should
the
be
end of
like
the year.
January probably.
Yeah, because we kind of wanted it in December, but it is what it is.
Shit, they might just shove
They
it in
just
there.
might
I know
shove it
every
because-
other week something new drops. I know the Speed Duel's coming out next. I think the Speed Duel
it's
or a Speed
god-awful.
Duel set is coming
Yeah,
out.
the new Speed Duel set's
Regardless of
awful.
whether it's horrible or not, I'm sure they're gonna have really nice cards in Secret Rare in there that we all want in Secret Rare that
Isn't
we'll
it?
never get.
I'm pretty sure
anymore.
No, all
Super
the-
Poly's in there.
We already got a.
That one, I
Super
think that one
Poly.
already came out.
Oh, that one already came out.
Yeah.
I thought that was
That
coming
was
in the
Monsters
speed.
Yeah, the
Revenge.
speed duel super. Poly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got that a while ago.
We did.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever
I don't
it is,
know.
it's in there. I'm pretty sure it's
But
gonna be.
I
there.
don't
No, because I thought, I swear to God, it was coming
But
out.
honestly,
This one's
like,
called Battle
know.
City. Battle City.
It's just Return to Battle City.
Yeah,
or
Return to
something
Battle
like
City.
that.
That's a pretty cool box, though. I want the knit box.
But honestly, like all the secret reprints, we have secrets of all of them in that exact secret rare. Like it's not like the speed duel secret, like it doesn't say speed duel, but and it's not like that flat gloss.
Yeah,
or
the
whatever
gloss
it
is what makes the card nice. That and
I
also
just
saying
hate that they
speed
say,
duel.
I just hate
I
that
like
they
that
say
it says
speed duel.
I like that it says
I,
speed duel.
I like
Speedy boy.
the old speed duel cards that actually said speed duel like embossed on them, and now all the new speed duel cards don't have that embossment, and it angers
They don't?
me.
Oh, I have some of
I
mine.
didn't realize
have
they
it.
changed that.
They changed it like during the GX sets, I think.
Oh.
What the f-
Because I picked up one of the GX sets because I was like, F it. I need something to like teach other people to play. Because all those boxes are as a board game.
I honestly believe this is my. I mean, I've mentioned it before, but I don't think I really touched on it like a large amount of time on it. But as far as like card, we always complain about what is it the cards like how they come out fucking miscut and all jacked up or whatever.
Misprinted and all that shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
which
why?
is what do they call it? It's called
Miscut.
something management or whatever. The
The
you know,
machine.
no, not the machine. It's there's a term for it. I forgot
Well,
what it's
yeah.
called. Whenever they're supposed to inspect the cards and make sure that they're actually coming out good and they don't, they're saying that
Quality
they have
control?
poor quality control. And I do fundamentally believe that in order to keep the cost of the cards at such a shitty price, which is honestly when you look at how much things cost, like how often do they. The game's been around for 25 years, and you can still get a structure deck for roughly about the same amount that you did back when I first bought the first structure deck.
$10.
$10. How does that manage to stay down? Embossment
Actually-
goes away on Speed Duel.
well-
The card quality drops. The card
Well,
stock drops.
honestly,
All that
we're
is
not-
all like
you want to know why
designed
we're
to
seeing,
keep the prices
we're
down.
seeing a lot of like 50-50 matches. Why like all the OTSs are way worse than the base sets.
Yeah.
Is the base sets we're not running into that issue as much. Like we'll get it here and there, but I think we've always seen that here and there.
We get some weird packs out of the base sets where you pull the pack out and if you hold the cards all together, you see that there's
Yeah.
half of them are going up and then the other half is sloping and none of them are
somebody
cut properly.
Pulled, like the corner of a card, literally the corner of a card, and that's what was like inserted in their pack.
It's like my fog blade. One of my fog blades got all cut up, all fucked up.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm saying what my point is, my
no.
main point is that in order to save money and keep the cost down for everybody,
What's crazy
overall
is
more than likely is that's what they're
Konami-wise,
doing is they're
it's
cutting.
not cheapening it. That's not their reasoning for it. At least as far as the like community knowledge is there, it's not that they're cheapening it. They have two factories. That's why we see the issues sometimes and we don't see them all the time. One factory is hard known for like they're the ones who give us our
distribution.
well, they're the ones who give us our leaks. Is I think it's the Mexican factory. They
Oh, okay.
literally
So there's
they're
a-
known for like losing rolls of sheets. They're known for like leaking sets early. They're known for like horrible like quality control.
So
And
that
then
would
we-
be the main issue. Okay, because
Yeah,
I always
these we have
assumed
two factories.
that they were just printing shittier
No, we just
product
have two
because they
factories.
got to keep the cost down.
Yeah, we have two factories.
But I just
That's
don't
why
understand.
I think Rarity
how-
Collection, I call it around Rarity Collection or the all hollow sets.
Yeah.
That's why we get better print quality. Like Monsters Revenge, we really didn't run into that much.
So that factory would be a U.S. based factory, or
I think it's a South Asian factory. I don't know. I'm not gonna like speak on it completely. I just know that there's two factories and one's in Mexico. I don't know where the second one's at. Be in the middle of Timbuktu.
Timbuktu.
So that one is that one a new factory then, the Mexico one? Since it's
they've
all been
had it around forever.
Okay.
That's why the OTSs and like a lot of the tournament packs, even back in the day with the speed packs, for what was it during 5D's era, speed packs, their tournament packs, they were running into that issue too. Like I think that anything that's come out of that factory,
the turbo packs.
yeah, turbo. But yeah, in the last couple of years, anything that comes out of that factory, not good.
Just not good at all. Well,
They're just known for it. It
That's
is what
why
it is.
we
That
get what we get.
And we don't
But that
throw a
two-player
fit.
starter set's not meant for just to shut kids up, pretty much. It's actually meant to transfer people from Master Duel over. That's why they're high power decks and they're not.
So we also were talking about this, which was Master Duel being, it doesn't translate because based off of, one is going off of TCG, hard TCG, one's going off of OCG, another game's going off of
Master
OCG.
Duels has its own ban list. Master Duel has its own ban list. OCG has its own ban list. TCG has its own ban list, and that's not good. If you're trying to transfer people from Master Duel over to either of them, stick with one ban list.
And like the thing that I think
for-
I had mentioned was, man, this really should be something where there's no more one set's ahead, one set's behind. Everything needs to just become, when it releases there, it releases here. When they get a ban list, it's the same ban list we have, and we'll have all this confusion just taken care of. And then the online gameplay has to be mimicking exactly what's going on in real life.
Yeah, and that's why they're finally dropping us high power decks, because the shareholders meeting was where they got chewed out about this.
Yeah.
Well, because they were seeing almost zero transfer rate from Master Duel.
And this will be the last thing, the last point, because I think we're running out of time on this camera. But
The camera is gonna die soon.
Yeah, we're all good.
Yeah.
We shot for an hour. So
I'm glad you, man. We had
Yeah, I'm
actually
glad
pretty
we
good. An hour.
Honestly, I
almost
enjoyed it.
of-
It was all
of
really diverse and
conversation,
everything.
Yeah, so
yeah, it's
just
just
on a
like
very
pretty
touch
diverse. We didn't get jammed. No
Had a good time.
rambling in a circle.
Oh, definitely not.
A little bit here.
It's not a little. Nah, we got out of it.
I made sure to add some eye contact.
do you have anyone
in.
you want to give a shout out to, by the way?
Shout out to the KCC crew.
Oh yeah, we're gonna
shout
have your
out to
fearless leader on next week. Hopefully, he's
KCC
available.
Doryu. Yeah, he'll be over here praising his blue eyes.
Yeah.
Gotta love the blue eyes.
I think me and
Blue
him
eyes
have an unspoken conflict with who's a more of a blue eyes, but I think he's a consistent blue eyes player.
Oh no, he won't turn off of it. We try to like swap his decks. It ain't gonna happen.
No, I learned a long time ago you cannot just stick on the blue eyes the entire time.
And then shout outs to KCC Engine Maker or Lee.
Yeah.
That's the boy. Me and him, way too many nights of just hard play testing. I got him into the MetaZoo thing too.
Yeah.
4 hours a day.
Oh my god.
Well,
He needs to commit those 4 hours to
Shout
actually
out
playing
him.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Shout
So he
out to
can
the
do
last
better.
boy. Shout out to KCC Dank Magician and the MetaZoo community around here. To be fair, Mateo and all the guys around there, great guys. Really good community.
Man,
Good conversations with everybody.
thank y'all
give the
so
hugs
much.
to
I
everybody.
appreciate it. Oh, sorry, brother.
Yeah.
Look, we got their hugs. We'll get the actual hugs.
We got the triple T hug. Thank y'all so much for watching.
Yeah.
Make sure to leave a like and subscribe.
Leave
a like, subscribe,
comment below.
Yes, deuces.
We don't need. I don't think we're gonna.
You just edit it out.
The questions.
Literally just edit it out.
Whatever. Anyway, ready?
Yeah.
You ready? Ready?
Yeah.
Ready?
All good.